Look, you can't make us think something's happened to Nora. She's gone, I know she has. She wanted to go.
You leave her alone! Just about had enough of you two. And I want to make something very clear to all of you. Listen to what I say. When I say it, is going to find themselves on the missing list with Flynn. You get me?
Bastards.
Silly. It's the wedding, remember? Our wedding.
What do they think they're doing here?
They're not locals. I don't know what they're trying to accomplish.
That emblem look familiar to you? Yes, it does. Rita Connors. I have tried so hard to get through to those women that if there's a way of causing trouble, they'll always find it. Now that Kelly's taken over as top dog, there'll be no way of getting through.
What is it? David?
No, stop where you are. Oh, it's all right, Eve. I'm not going to hurt you. I'll live with what you've done.
Why did he do it?
Didn't he say anything?
No. Suddenly he had a gun. I thought for a minute he was going to kill me.
I should never have let him in without searching him. But he was a friend of Mr. Fulbright's, and Mrs. Reynolds too, if it comes to that.
The police? They're going to ask questions. I can't tell them anything. I barely knew him. He was just my lawyer.
No one is going to blame you.
He must have been in a lot of trouble. Perhaps he was embezzling money and thought that they'd find out.
If it's anything like that, we'll know about it soon enough.
His wife, he said that she left him...
Don't talk about it. As soon as we can, I'll get you to the infirmary and Sister will give you something.
Please, I have to tell somebody. When I first met him, he said that I reminded him of his wife. Maybe if he was disturbed, well, in his confusion, perhaps he thought he was trying to hurt her.
It's no good going on thinking about it. We'll probably never know the real reason.
No. No, I suppose not.
I'll see your IDs, please.
Sorry, that's not possible at this time of night.
Yeah, well, they seem to be in order. Now, do you want to go through or do you want to talk to the governor first? She should be here soon.
Oh, we can manage that. Would you mind taking us through?
Right, Officer Radcliffe, show the officers through and get the women back to their cells.
Oh, they're still on rec period.
Tell them it's early lock-up and don't tell them why.
We'll want to speak to the officer who found the body, too.
I'll take you to it.
Forensic will be here in a minute. Show them straight through.
Right.
How did this happen?
Did they tell you on the phone?
Most of it. I want to know how he got in with a gun.
You'll have to ask Slattery that. She was the one who showed him through.
Anyone know why he did it?
If they do, they're not saying. Maybe this will tell you something.
Where did this come from?
He gave it to Slattery on the way in.
Did you tell the police?
No, it's addressed to you.
Yeah, well, it's not lock-up for another 10 minutes, so what do we have
Because
to go...
I'm telling you to.
Yeah, well, we've got a right to know why.
Yeah, well, I told you I heard something before, but you all reckon I was imagining things.
Jacko said a police car and an ambulance came a little while ago.
Look, I'm not going to stand here talking all night. Now start moving.
Well, no point making an issue of it. We'll find out soon enough.
What about Eve Wilder? Pretty funny she went to see her solicitor so late, and she isn't even back yet. Yeah, well, something bloody's going on, and we're not moving till we find out what it is. Yeah, we got our rights.
Anyone not back in their cell within 2 minutes flat is on a charge.
Big deal. We'll find out anyway.
Feeling a little better, are we?
Oh, Miss Ferguson. Oh, it was horrible. He got the gun and...
I'm surprised Sister didn't keep you in the infirmary overnight.
Oh, she did suggest it, but I couldn't sleep there, not after what had happened.
Oh, I don't think it's over yet, Wilder.
If the police know what happened, I think I'd like to know.
Would you? Well, if you ask nicely, perhaps the governor will let you read the letter that he left for her. It explained everything.
Letter?
But then you might have to stand in line. I understand the police are also very interested.
What letter? What did it say?
Nothing you don't already know. Come on, I'm moving you to solitary.
No, wait. I have to talk to somebody. Another solicitor.
Oh, you'll get your chance. If you can find one. And after what happened to the first one, I don't think they'll be exactly queuing up, do you? Come on.
Bastard. Spineless bastard. No one is allowed in without their personal effects being searched. You know that. Do you know it or don't you?
Yes.
Then why didn't you?
I don't know. It was late. Wasn't going to let him in at all.
That's hardly an excuse.
It's only because of you I let him in.
What do you mean?
Well, he's a friend of your family's. He couldn't come any earlier because he'd been at your daughter's wedding.
What's that got to do with anything?
Well, supposing he had needed to see Eve Wilder on urgent business and I hadn't let him in, what would you have thought then? Look, all I'm trying to say is you can't always go by the book. You have to try and think what people really would want you to do. And it's not easy. Next thing I know, I'll be blamed for Collins getting killed.
Yes, well, perhaps I can understand you letting him through without a proper check.
What's going to happen now?
First priority's Keane. She's the one who suffered most from this. Not from David, and he seems to have brought most of it on himself. I've already phoned Dr. Weissman. Chances are she'll be released first thing in the morning. So we can at least give her that bit of good news and get her out of solitary. Let's do it now.
You bitch, Anderson! I want a solicitor now! You bitch!
You going to put her back in with the other women?
No, I don't want them comparing notes. We'll move her into isolation.
Does Pippa know yet about David Adams?
It's only ruined their honeymoon. God knows they deserve something after the mess those bikies made of the wedding. It's all right, don't get up.
Yeah, so what's going on now? Where are they sending me?
We're not sending you anywhere. Rebecca, we now know you didn't do it. I'm sorry you had to go through this. I can't promise anything except to say that I'll do everything in my power to see that you're released as soon as possible. Tomorrow, I hope. I know it's late, but I better have you report to me tonight. The minister will want you first thing.
Right.
Hey! I want to talk to you!
That's enough, Connors.
Not bloody
quiet.
Natalie! I've got a complaint! Save you a lot of trouble if you talk to me now. You hear me, Mrs. Governor?
Open it.
Are you sure? She's a rough...
I know what she is. Open it.
I want you to know somebody is going to pay for this.
Is that right? And I suppose you think you're going to get clean away with what happened at my daughter's wedding this afternoon?
Oh, yeah? What was that?
Spare me the innocent act. I don't know how you got word out to your friends, but they certainly didn't turn up there by coincidence.
You mean... Ah! What do you know, good old Slasher? Turned out to pay his respects, did he?
It's always a way with people like you, isn't it? You're never happy unless you're making someone miserable.
Is that so?
It was the most important day in those people's lives, but your low-level friends had to do their level best to ruin it for them.
And I bet their best was pretty good, eh? Well, maybe it might have taught that jumped-up kid of yours a lesson. I just wish I'd been there to see the look on her face. Ha ha